So in the beginning of this story, we meet Kevin, an 11-year-old brainless kid who had a lot of interest in history. One night, something very interesting happened to him. When he opened his cupboard at night, there was a time portal inside the cupboard, from which 7 thieves, who were time travelers, entered his room. Kevin couldn't believe his eyes. These time travelers also had a map of a universe. People say that these time travelers will go to the place where the war is going on, and from there, they will collect money and come back. Kevin was neither a thief nor greedy. He had no interest in things, but still, he decided to go with them because he wanted to see history, and he got this great opportunity. Suddenly, his entire room is bathed in blue light and a strange scene is seen behind. He knew that this time portal was open. He wanted to go here, but his mom and dad had always told him that Kevin, wherever you go, tell us before you go. Now Kevin didn't have time to tell, so he went with these thieves, and when he regained consciousness, he was on a Viking ship. There was a Macau flag on the big ship in front of him, which made him realize that this is definitely a war between American and Chinese Vikings. The thieves who came with Kevin had no interest in this war. They just came here to steal treasures. While stealing, they didn't even realize that the ship belonged to the Queen, and now they were caught by the Queen's soldiers. Before they were killed, the leader of these thieves, a girl, starts talking to the Queen in Chinese, and seeing this, Kevin is surprised to see how that girl knew all the languages. Actually, these languages came to him because of his special caps, which were worn by all these time travelers, and now a companion, a time traveler, gives the same cap to Kevin. Because of this, Kevin was now able to understand and speak their language. To save his life and the lives of his time travelers, Kevin gives an idea to the Queen here. He had read in history books that 2 days from today, 3 ships of 3 countries will attack their ships together. To avoid them, Kevin gave the idea to the Queen that you change your way from the snowy waters at night. In this way, you will be saved from the attacks of all 3 countries. This idea itself came to the Queen 2 days later, but Kevin, who had come from the future, he had read history books. He gave the idea to the Queen and won her heart. The Queen was so happy with Kevin that she insisted on keeping him with her, so that Kevin could keep giving him ideas for the upcoming difficulties. But Kevin could not do this because now a new time portal had opened in the water, and it was time to go from here. Kevin also jumped into the portal with all the time travelers in the water, and this time when he opened his eyes, he was on the grassland. This was Stonehenge's construction spot. There were big stones standing here. Kevin always thought that it would be the work of an alien to build stones here, but he found out that the people of Stonehenge used to build these stones here to spend their time. And seeing all this, Kevin was very excited. He was now finding out things that he had never known in history. Anyway, it's night now. All the time travelers give Kevin their introduction. Kevin finds out that all these people were servants of God, but they were tired of working under God. In the greed for freedom, they came out of there. After running away from there, they found out that they need a lot of things to live. That's why they started stealing. And to steal, they had stolen the map of God. Everything was fine, but Kevin did not like to steal at all, and he was not willing to support all these time travelers in stealing. So they decided to leave Kevin back in his time in the morning. But in the morning, the time portal does not open there. These people travel the tribe again and reach a war. This time, they traveled the time and reached Old Greek, where a war was about to start. Many soldiers were trying to enter the palace of their enemies by hiding inside a big wooden horse. Seeing them, all these time travelers were surprised. Before all these voices could be heard by other soldiers, the people sitting inside the horse tell them that if you want to see how we are inside, then come inside. These time travelers come inside listening to them. Anyway, now it was time for this horse to go inside the palace, but before that, the soldiers outside decided that they would burn this horse, and with the burning fire, these people would enjoy. As soon as they heard this, All the people sitting inside were scared, because now they felt that their last time has come. The fire was also lit, before the entire horse was burned. The soldiers inside the palace received a message that do not burn the horse, it is very beautiful, it will be placed in the palace, and in this way, everyone's life is saved. Anyway, now they came inside the palace and separated. All the time travelers were busy stealing, while Kevin did not have any work. Kevin was wandering here and there that he met a queen. That queen had the power to predict the future. That is, she already knew about the future. And she told Kevin that Kevin will soon save this world, and he will do a great job. During these talks, all the time travelers also complete their theft and come back, and talk that now it's time to leave Kevin in Kevin's time. Now they were preparing to send Kevin back. On the other hand, Satan got the news that someone has stolen the map of God's entire universe, and he also started looking for that map. He found out that the thief had stolen the map and time traveled to Kevin's house. That's why he sent his Satan to Kevin's house to steal the map. But now Kevin's house was nothing. Kevin himself was with the time travelers. That woman goes home and scares Kevin's parents, with her fear-inducing style. As soon as Satan came here, Kevin's parents were turned into stone statues. The red light coming out of his eyes was very scary. Thank God that Kevin came home on time and saw all this. Now he went to his mom and dad to ask for help from his time travelers, but they were not ready to face the devil, so they opened a new time portal and went into it. Kevin also came here with them in order to call them. The map of these thieves also came with him. The devil went to his house to steal it. In this way, the devil's hand did not touch the map of God. Kevin knew that his map was stolen, but he was not worried about it, because even if the devil had found the map, God would have destroyed the whole world and made it again. Here you can see that these people who had come by time travel had come to a jungle, where there are wild people. Kevin had heard stories that wild people eat people from the city. He was very scared. He told this to his friends. They were also scared. These people welcomed them very well and gave them fruits and things in their jungle. Then these people were brought to the queen's palace, which was not very luxurious, but it was good. Kevin started enjoying here and started thinking of stealing with his father. But what did they steal here? There was no special treasure. These people were from the jungle. They lived a simple life. These poor thieves were completely hopeless. But then the queen raised a hope. What was the treasure? A crown made of peacock and parrot feathers. It was not expensive at all, but if the thieves had not stolen anything from here, their tradition would have been broken. That's why they stole that crown too. After all this, some people came to gift them clothes. Seeing this, Kevin got scared again. He felt that the stories he had heard were true. First these people feed their prey, put on good clothes and then take them to the pyramid and kill them. They all got scared and started running to their next time portal. But it was not time to open the time portal yet. They stopped at a rock and the wild people came behind them again and took them with them. At that time it seemed that it was just their death. But it was nothing like that. The queen even picked up a knife there, but not to kill them but to cut fruits and feed them. Actually, these wild people had written many things wrong. These people only fed corn. The queen says that we sacrifice corn so that people learn a lesson, that if there is a thief among them, he will also be punished in the same way. Hearing this, all the travelers got scared because they had also stolen a lot, and now the queen's crown was also lost. The queen gives them an order to search and all the time travelers get scared, but then they get nothing because the queen had already returned the crown. Anyway, now it was time to open the time portal. As soon as the time portal opened, all of them jumped from the mountain into the water, and this time they regained consciousness at a time 10,000 years ago in a desert area. Kevin was angry with all of them. He wanted them all to go save his parents at a time when his parents were fine and the devil did not come to attack. Kevin wanted to save his parents alive, He wanted to take them somewhere before the devil came, but here the time travelers answer him that it is not possible because we do time travel but we do not make any changes in time, because if any change happens at a time, the balance of the whole world will be ruined. Hearing this, Kevin got angry. Phoebe recognizes his anger and tells him to relax. Look, your mom and dad are behind, but Kevin was not a child. He starts teaching Phoebe he is from Neanderthal, the first generation of humans. Can't you see? These people came in the old times. There was no treasure here, but they had to steal something, so Phoebe's companions stole the eggs of a dinosaur which turned out to be a very big dragon bird. On the other hand, Kevin stole the skull of a dead dinosaur. Kevin knew that if this skull was sold in the real world, its price would be very high. Kevin was running away when he noticed that a giant bird was chasing him, and now that bird would harm Kevin. Before that, Kevin jumps into the open time portal with all his companions. At this time, these people had traveled through time to Europe, where there was a plague of jaundice and people were dying of jaundice. The people living here thought these time travelers were magicians, and this disease came because of these magicians. And now, before the people harmed them, Kevin goes ahead with a big dinosaur skull, which made these people think that all these time travelers are hunters and hunt big monsters. Seeing this, the people here gave work to these time travelers to kill the black cats present here, because these people thought these black cats are the cause of the plague of jaundice. Kevin told the king that if the cats die, the number of rats in the city will increase so much that rats will live here and everything here will be destroyed and it will be difficult to live here. Anyway, now these people met the king in a bar, where the king told them his biggest problem, that someone has occupied the city. The king thought that if these people are dragon hunters, they will be very good at war and will be able to save the villagers from the evil people and their soldiers. Phoebe got scared after hearing this. She was a thief, not a warrior, and she could not fight. The king thought that these people are not dragon hunters but magicians. These time travelers were thinking to open a new time portal or get out of here. Now they were thinking that some people came here to get rid of them because the dinosaur skull that Kevin brought was real and they came to rob it. How would these people fight them? Then Phoebe got an idea. She lit a fire in the village and put white cloth on the villagers and pretended that they are great magicians and turned the village into a haunted village. She thought that the soldiers would get scared because they are great magicians and can cut their thumb, but this trick did not work on them. Then Kevin came as a magician and brought a mobile and took a video from his mobile and showed it to everyone and said that he has a magic. So many soldiers got scared, but their general did not. They thought that Kevin has a new thing and took the mobile from Kevin's hand and ordered everyone to burn it. Phoebe ran away and said to her friends to handle the situation for 5 minutes. I will open a time portal and save you. Time passed and Phoebe did not come, but her life was in danger. Then Kevin showed another trick and started talking to the soldiers and told them that beating is not a good thing, but a good person is the one who cares for others. This affected the soldiers and they decided to be a good person, and also they decided to talk to their king and tell him that what he is doing is wrong and he should care for others. It is not good to rule people, but it is good to take care of them. They decided to talk to their king, but the king was busy playing video games on Kevin's mobile. With the help of Kevin and his friends left. One day, Phoebe came and spent 2 weeks with them. She came alone and asked everyone to save themselves because she did not need them. That is why I did not bring anyone with me. But I did bring one thing for you all. She shows big dinosaur eggs, and we already know that these eggs are of the giant bird which comes behind her eggs in this time through her time portal. The king was surprised to see these big eggs and he decided to raise the dragons in these eggs. He was talking about the eggs breaking and the giant bird coming out of it. The king was happy to see that the mother of these giant birds came and ate the king, and all the villagers watched. They knew very well that the way their king has been eaten, all these people will kill him. The king decided to run away, but then he saw that the time portal did not open but a wave of water. It was something strange. A big head was coming out of this wave. When the head came out, he found out that it was Poseidon, the god of the sea. God Poseidon sent him to the god of the world, whose map these time travelers had stolen. But God was not angry. God just gave Kevin so much work that he found God's map and brought it back. God left him in a very old time when these people landed near China. They saw that the people of China were building the Great Wall of China, so they were not allowed to move forward. Then Kevin once again shows his magic of history and knowledge and tells the king that this Great Wall of China will take 2,000 years to build. Hearing this, he got angry, but seeing the child's courage, he allowed them to move forward. A new time portal was opening inside which these people reached another world. At this time, there was a big war going on in the world between Mongolia and Korea. Here they were using a new weapon in which sick and dead people were picked up like a swing and attacked their enemies. This was the first war in which such weapons were being used. Anyway, these people kept running, and we found out that the person who had stolen the map of this whole universe was roaming around at this time. These people kept running and caught him. His accomplice had deceived them by stealing a part of the map of that universe. When Phoebe asks him about this deception, he says, "I don't want to steal, so I have to go back." Saying this, he opened a new time portal and went inside. Before Phoebe's other accomplice said anything, he had already left, so he shut his voice, and the people here understood his little voice as a cough. As we know, these people use sick people like a weapon. Before he catches them all, his accomplice opens the portal again and takes them away. These people were just arguing here. What were they supposed to do? They had two missions now. One was to find the map of the new universe and complete it and reach God. And the second mission was to bring Kevin to his parents, whom the devil had imprisoned in hell at this time. They were just talking that suddenly the ground began to shake and rose up. It was found that a very big person lives in the sea. He was standing on a pole. That pole was this man's cap. Seeing this, Kevin asked for help and told him that his parents are in great trouble. The devil has imprisoned him, and to save his parents, this man can give them a small favor by taking them to the door of hell. This big man also promised to help Kevin and took his big steps and took them to the door of hell in a few seconds. Standing in front of the door, there was only fire and a scary scene. All these thieves were afraid to go to that place. But Kevin, who had to save his parents, faced the bravery and decided to go and talk to the devil. And without thinking, he went into hell, where he saw that his parents were fine, but the devil had tied them up. When he talks to the devil to leave them, the devil makes a condition that I want the blueprint that you have stolen from God. Kevin asks him, "You are so powerful, why didn't you steal the blueprint yourself?" Then the devil replies that God had made a shield around the blueprint that protects the map from devils and monsters like us. I can get that map and bring my rule to the whole world. Just give me the blueprint. Now the argument was going on that a loud crackling sound came from outside and a blue light began to appear. When he turned around, God had arrived to take the blueprint of the universe from Kevin and his companions. There were strange conversations between God and the devil, but their purpose was very clear. The devil and God both wanted the blueprint of the universe. Here Kevin stops their argument and says to the devil, "First you free my parents, then I will think of something." Then he asks the devil, "I want this blueprint so that I can rule the whole universe." Then he asks God, "Why do you want this blueprint?" God says, "I want to destroy this world with this blueprint, so that I can correct the mistakes I made and make a new world." This world did not need to be destroyed, so he decided to give the blueprint to the devil, and he did. God was still confused as to why the child supported the devil. Then Kevin tells God, "I have seen many battles during this time travel which were fought for their own benefit. Many innocent people lost their lives. Everything went wrong. But I have seen many beautiful things during this time travel. I don't think those beautiful things need to be destroyed. You were destroying them, so I gave the blueprint to the devil." God and Kevin were arguing and God got angry and attacked the devil. Both of them were fighting each other, but as we know, God's power was a little too much. They got lost in the fight. Taking advantage of this, they opened a new portal and escaped from there. One of Kevin's companions quickly stole the blueprint box from his bag. The biggest twist was revealed that the blueprint was not real. They changed the box very cleverly. Now neither the blueprint was with the devil nor was it with God. Thus, Kevin saved the world from any evil and destruction. Just as the Queen said, they were very happy about it. But as soon as the devil finds out about this, he gets angry, and these people are shown laughing outside. We decided to travel a lot with Kevin. This season ends here with a mystery of where they go next.